up, everyone? I want to go and quickly go over lifting ergonomics, and this is one of the things I want to make sure that you really focus on throughout our care, but really just throughout the rest of your life, is because lifting is such a crucial part of our life. We just do it every single day, sometimes without us even knowing that we're doing it, whether just picking up a piece of paper off the floor, or you dropped a pencil, or you dropped a coin, and you went to bend over and pick it up. Now, so many people, when they lift something, let's say for example this box here, a lot of times when we lift something, oftentimes, especially this is an empty box, it's very light, and usually when something is very light and in your head you're like, well, it's not going to be that big of a deal. So what we do is we oftentimes bend over with our back instead of bending at the knees here. So what it usually looks like is we just bend over and then we pick this up and then we go from there. And without even realizing that, me just doing this is putting so much stress on my lower back here. Now, when I'm bending over, that may not be a big deal in the beginning, but if you can imagine the years and years of the wear and tear from just bending over, picking up something, bending over to tie my shoe, or even just if I dropped a piece of paper, I'm like, oh shoot, let me pick that up. You just bend over, and just a repetitive just wear and tear from just bending over and picking up whatever it is off the floor, off the table, whatever it is, we strain your lower back. And this is where I liken it to the straw that breaks the camel's back. It's not like one big trauma that occurred and now we have big back issues. It's usually like just the years of wear and tear, and it's the straw that breaks the camel's back, where maybe all of a sudden I sneeze and my back goes out, or I've had patients come over and they turn over to pick up their cell phone and then their back goes out. And it's not just because they went to go pick up their cell phone, it's just because of the years and years of wear and tear on our body. When we bend over to pick up that box, it strains our back and we have a lot of issues that kind of accumulate over the years. So one of the things I want to make sure that you do is you want to get close to whatever item that you're going to pick up, whether it be off of the table, whether it be off of the floor. You want to try to get as close as possible, and right away your natural inclination, or the thing that you should do, is that you should get a big, nice, wide stance. Think about when you do squats, you want to have like shoulder width apart, and you're going to have your chest up. You want to keep your back straight, and you want to really, I always liken it to as if when you come down, you're going to be pushing the floor down. Don't think about lifting up, because then you're going to strain your back. But if you can actually imagine that you're in a squatting position, if you're going to push the floor down, you're going to really actually activate those glute muscles, the thigh muscles, and the leg muscles, and you're going to take off a lot of stress off of that lower back if you start to do that. And just think about pushing the floor down as opposed to lifting up here. Does that make sense? If it doesn't make sense, please just ask someone in the office. We'll try to explain that a little bit more. But if you can do me a favor, you're going to get a good, nice, wide stance, shoulder width apart. Get as close as you can to the object you're going to lift, and then you're going to bend at the hips and at the knees. You want to keep your back nice and straight, and as you're doing that, you're going to contract your core muscles. If you haven't seen already, watch the other videos about core strengthening and contracting the core muscles. You want to get nice and close to the object, keep your back nice and straight, bend at the hips and at the knees. And when you come over to grab the box or the item, you want to pull that close to you, and then you're going to lift, and actually, don't lift, you're going to push the floor down, okay? And as you're pushing that floor down, keeping that object close to you, that's going to help to keep your back nice and strong, and it's going to actually protect your spine if you do that. Now, one of the reasons why you want to keep the object close to you is because when the things are stretched out, your arms are stretched out, and this is so far away, basically, like we talked about in older videos, is for every inch your head goes forward, it adds 10 pounds of pressure down the rest of your spine. It's the same thing as if you have a bowling ball or some form of object. As you're stretching your arms across, it becomes so much heavier, because now your back is trying to hold that even more. Think about like a crane. If that object's so far, it's going to basically weigh a lot more. If you bring it close to your body, then it actually becomes more of its true weight, and you're able to hold that a lot easier. So keep things nice and close to you. Try not to ever, if you're going to lift something, don't stretch over to pick it up. There are some unfortunate circumstances where that's the only option you have, and you have to really reach over. But as much as you're able to, try to get as close as possible to the box or to the item, and then lift, keeping your back straight, and actually imagine you're pushing floor to the ground, or you're trying to push the floor down. And as you do that, you're going to keep your body nice and strong and keep your back nice and protected here. So I hope that helped you guys. Again, just keep in mind, push the floor to the ground, get the object as close as possible, and really bend with the hips and the knees, and don't bend over with your back. All right, hopefully that helps you guys. If you have any questions, let us know, but I look forward to helping you guys and really taking care of you in the office. God bless.